The design you see here is for an entertaining area outside of a house in Kentucky, so it's a very small area. If you look at the gCADPlus drop-down, plant schedules and lists, and edit the plant list, you can see there's a list of plants that suits this particular area, and that list is read from what's called a GCP file. I'll cancel from there and I'll move from here into the companion plant database program, SppDb, which we designed to work with gCADPlus. Well, if you've played with SppDb, you'll know that it's possible to classify individual species according to the zone. You can use any system of naming of zones, but the US Department of Agriculture has a whole series of zones, and let's look at the burning bush, which does grow in this area and is going to be used in our design, and this grows in zones 3 to 8. If I click on the drop-down list, there are lots of different codes in that zone series. You could zone just for plains and coast or coastal areas, whatever suits you. It's quite malleable. But in SppDb, you can go to a find view. And if we said we were interested in zones, we'd tick that box, then come down here to say zones 3 to 8, and then click find. That generates a list of species that will grow in that area of Kentucky that we're working on, and then we can export a plant list. You could call it whatever name you like. I called it Kentucky, and you can save it, and I'll cancel from there now, and I'll go back to my edit view, and now I'll move back into gCADPlus and show how that exported GCP file is actually used. I've moved back into the gCADPlus environment, and we click here, plant schedules and list. All I did was select attach a GCP file, and now when I pick edit it, it's called Kentucky 2, and we can use that file that was exported from our plant database application, and we can do all sorts of sorting. We wanted to sort on type. Now we've got ground cover, large shrubs, large trees, medium shrubs, and so on as we scroll down through this list of plants suitable for that area. And in order to generate a plant schedule, we tag individual plants. So if I select this one here, it's Rosa sinensis knockout, and a little code there. If we come down to this one, it's a hydrangea paniculata. This one here is Thuya. So different symbols in the design have been tagged to different entries in that GCP file, which we exported from our plant database. You can, of course, create your own, but it's just a convenient way of doing it. It's also possible to export a particular file from here and put it back into the plant database and then print off a series of colored images that'll give you images that belong to this design. It's also possible to interact with SppDb by using the option on the gCADPlus drop-down menu called Go to SPP. So we pick it, and the prompt asks us to indicate a species that we already tagged, but we want a little more information. So if we click on this one, we'll jump into our plant database, which is running in the background. Let's minimize it again. We'll return back to the drawing in into gCADPlus, and the prompt is still running. So the command is go to SPP, and if we click on this one, we get Hydrangea grandiflora. So you can use this to go backwards and forwards from one to the other.